Hi guys, it's Neva from Manic Mama Musings, and today is Mental Health Monday. I didn't hear from my counselor today, so I don't know what's going on. I didn't hear from him Friday. I just blew it off. I thought, well, maybe our connection was bad, but I haven't heard from him today. So when I finish my recording, I will call the office and see what's going on. I'm so confused. Not that I am in a bad place right now, but that's my way of getting all the ugly out. Like if I have to, I complain a lot during counseling. Complain, vent, I don't know. But that's what I do. Like that's my counseling is I can get that kind of stuff out. And a lot of times I come to like this huge realization about myself. Okay, not huge, but I in the middle of I don't have any other word except for verbally vomiting all this stuff that's like bothering me. Sometimes I come to this light bulb moment where I'm like, wow, that's weird that this is linked to this. And, it's like a aha moment. So, yeah. And I haven't had that for 2 weeks. Well, for Friday and today. So I don't know what's going on. That's not what today's about. Not about me necessarily. Let me put this up a little. I got a new deal. I got a new camera holder thingy, my bobber, and I like it because I can adjust it up and down easier. Like it's not stuck in one height. And I like it because I can also use it as a selfie stick. If I were to ever start walking like I need to, I could take y'all on a walk with me, but I'm just getting used to it and figuring out where I need to be. I like to be centered. I say I'm not OCD, but some things really bother me. Okay, so with that being said, last week we talked about, do you have somebody you feel safe with, comfortable with, someone that you can let everything out on, and okay, my brain tells me sometimes I'll just one day be like, I'm tired of this and I'm leaving. That's because of trauma and stuff I've had in my past. But when it comes down to it, most of the time I know he's still gonna be like, I could do not not things against our relationship, but I can be me and I can have moments and I know he's still gonna be there because he loves me. My mom was that person before him, and my friend Lisa has always been that person that she never quit being my friend. I've had some friends, and it's not a bad thing that they had to distance themselves away from me for a while. Like they couldn't quite roll with the punches kind of thing. But Lisa never, and that doesn't make her any better than anybody. There's times I couldn't put up with myself either, but she was just that person that I knew if I went completely psycho and lost my stuff, that she'd still be my friend when it came around to it. And my friend Valerie, we've only had one time that we didn't talk, and I'm not going to say it's her fault or my fault. It was miscommunication or non-communication on our parts. But she was like, when I was in a hospital one time, she sent me calling cards so I could call my kids. And, she was the one person I felt safe with when I got out of the hospital. We lived in the same town at the time, Lisa and I don't think Lisa and I had reconnected by then. Because her and I just lost touch for a while. I'd known her since 7th grade, but we just lost each other for a bit. But she was always my friend. So anyway, that's what we talked about last week. This is this week, Neva. So I bet you wondering, like, what's Neva got planned for this week? Well, not a lot. I didn't really put a lot of thought into it. Not that I did last week either. I'm still in my pajamas, can y'all tell? But I want to talk about self-care. And I'm in my pajamas, so perfect setup. So self-care is not always going and get your nails done. By the way, mine look horrible. No, I'm not chewing them. I don't know if I'm low in something, but my fingernails It seems since I started that new medicine, but I don't know if that's linked to it, they are all peeling and breaking. They're horrible. But it's not always about going and getting a manicure or a pedicure, which, if you love those things, that is self care if you enjoy it. I like a pedicure for the fact that that massage feels so good on your legs, but it's not, I'm not really, I, I'm not into that kind of stuff. Like, it's, if I could teach LJ how to massage my legs and stuff like they do there, I'd be just fine without all the other stuff. I did think about getting one of those foot massagey soaky things. My daughter, we got her one for Christmas and she loves it. Maybe that's what I'll ask for Mother's Day. Anyway, self care is also, if you don't feel like getting dressed and you don't have anywhere you have to go, don't get dressed. I mean, if you live with other people, you should probably not run around naked. But hang out in your pajamas and be comfortable. Self care is also wearing clothes that you feel comfortable in. I have a friend that dresses up. Like, she loves clothes. I'm not a clothes person. I'm just like, it's not my thing. But that's what she's comfortable in. That's part of her self care. She goes shopping. She's like, girl, guess what I got? That kind of thing. Me, I am happy in sweats and a t shirt. And in the summertime, some stretchy pants and a t shirt. I'm a big girl and I ain't trying to impress nobody, y'all. I would love to be able to dress like some Stevie Nicks, but I ain't got the money for that. When I start figuring out how to make clothes like that, watch out. I might be all kinds of fancy. But self-care is wearing what you love, what you're comfortable in. And then, like I said, if you're in the house, I'm in my nightgown today. I'm cold. In case y'all can't tell, I'm in my winter nightie. I ain't put it away yet. Um, I'm cold today. Self-care can be taking a nap at a weird time of day. I did today. I got up this morning and I ate breakfast and I talked to LJ for a minute. He was doing some dishes and he said, babe, you look tired. Did you sleep good? And I said, no, not really. And he goes, well, why don't you go lay down before counseling? And I did. At about 10 o'clock, I laid down until 12:30, and then got up to get ready for counseling. Not ready. Like, it's on video, so I didn't have to do anything. But yeah, I took a nap. Self-care is also drinking your water. Water is very important. Okay? For mental and physical health. Water, if you get dehydrated, your brain gets foggy. Believe me. I know. I'm drinking orange juice right now. Get that vitamin C. A hot cup of tea, cup of coffee, cup of cocoa, whatever relaxes you and makes you happy. Fix yourself that. Sometimes it's making your favorite meal. Even if you are just by yourself, and I say this because my mom was the kind of person, she never lived by herself. She ended up living with my sister after my dad passed. But she was the kind of person that if she'd only had to cook for herself, she would not have ever just been like, you know what sounds really good? I'm going to make me some lasagna. I don't even think she really liked lasagna. Beans, a pot of bean soup. Or what was another one of her favorites? Cabbage soup, boiled dinner. But she wouldn't have done that just for herself. She just would, that's who she was. But back then, like when she was younger, they taught women that we weren't supposed to have, do for ourselves. We're supposed to do for everybody else. But you know what? You live by yourself, girl, make you that lasagna and have a extra piece. Bake you that chocolate cake. Freeze the rest. It'll still be good. Ooh. Or make you a chocolate cake and then share with the neighbors. I don't have one neighbor I talk to. Okay, I have the neighbor next to me that I talk to out of necessity. He's got the loud barky dogs. And then the lady cat a corner from me, I know I consider her a friend now, but I got to know her when we moved here because I was friends with her sister. So, but yeah, share. Take it to a senior center. I mean, COVID's starting to lift. Yes, but even then, you can freeze lasagna and chocolate cake. They are. I believe in leftovers. I believe in freezing them. Y'all get the idea. Give yourself a. I love those face masks. I didn't ever think I would because I'm not a makeup kind of person and stuff. But I like doing a face mask sometimes because I like feeling my face afterwards. I'm like, oh yeah, do a face mask. Soak. Take a hot bath with some Epsom salts, some aromatherapy Epsom salts, especially lavender, something like that. Eucalyptus is also calming. And just soak, just chill. If you love animals, but you can't have one of your own, go to an animal shelter and ask if you can love on the fur babies. Um, Take a walk. I'd say get some sunshine if you can get some sunshine. I break out in a horrible rash. I think that's part of summer used to be my favorite. Summer and fall were my favorites. Spring, my allergies kick my butt too much, but summer and fall, believe it or not, used to be my favorites. Fall, just because it's fall and Halloween and it starts cooling off. But I used to love to be out in the sun when I was a kid, riding my bike. Going swimming, roller skating outside because we lived way out in the boonies. And I would be outside all day until the sun went down. I loved it. I love being outside, playing with little critters and all that stuff. And then when I got older, I just didn't, I didn't take the time to do summer stuff. I don't know what I was doing. That shows you that you probably shouldn't. That's another reason you shouldn't drink. I don't remember a lot of my 20s. And then I had kids, and it was hard to take all three of them somewhere when it was just me. And now it kind of depresses me because I was so excited. I was like, you know what, my kids are grown now, and I really want to start growing my own vegetables. And I had gotten the rash, and I knew I did like 2 or 3 years ago. And I didn't equate, I didn't put it together with the sun. I thought it was probably about 5 years ago or longer that I got the first rash, and I just didn't put it together with the sun. And then I, my mom passed. I don't think I spent any of that summer in the sun. I was real depressed. And then a couple of years ago, I started my gardening journey, which is still going on because I haven't figured out what I can grow good yet. But this will be my third year if I get to plant anything. I'm running out of time to plant. But and I was out in the sun. And no, I didn't have sunscreen on, but I didn't think I was out in the sun that long. And then I got this horrible rash on my forehead and on my arms. And my mom used to get it. My mom had started getting it, and I thought, that's weird. But I just didn't even bother. I didn't go to the doctor. Then last year, I broke out in this horrible, and it wouldn't quit itching. And I literally was out there in the morning, and I really thought that I came in before the sun. Like, okay, I did know that it got hot. But I was like, I just want to finish this up. I think I was pulling weeds. And I want to do this one whole section before I went in. So I went to see my doctor, and she said, it sounds like an allergy to the sun. And I was like, there is such a thing. So then when I found out I had lupus, he said that's a sign of lupus. It can be other things, I guess, but that's one sign, is allergy to the sun. I got way off on the self-care, didn't I? So my self-care now is not going out in this, not spending a lot of time in the sun. And if I need to be in the sun or I really want to do gardening, I literally have to plaster a really good sunscreen on and wear a big hat. And my doctor keeps saying long sleeves, but your girl gets hot. I don't think that I'm going to be wearing no long sleeves. I figure something else out for that. But that is my self-care now. Some people, it's getting out in the sun. Yes, always wear sunscreen, but getting out and enjoying it. Mine is staying out of the sun unless it's a necessity that I need to be out in the sun. Like I have no choice, or a function that I want to go to is outside. So there you go. Um, go on that trip if you can, even if it's a short little trip out of town to go buy some yarn. Uh, we are planning on going to Missouri in July for my uncle, which is my mom's brother. Um, his birthday's July 11th, and we're planning on going. Like, I'll just try to take a long vacation, and so that we don't have to hurry to get there, and we will have time there. Um, I want to see my uncle. I was told that he's now diagnosed with COPD. My mom died in August of 2018 from COPD. And then my aunt, her sister, who was only like 9 months older than her, died January of 2019. And now from COPD. And now my uncle is diagnosed COPD. And so I'd like to see him. Well, while I can ask him questions and just spend time with him, and you know, not not to say goodbye, but to spend some nice time with him and to see my family. And I'm excited because I happen to know that a few YouTubers live in that area, and I've already talked to one of them. We're planning on hanging out. So, yeah, buddy, that'll be fun. But take that vacation. Buy yourself that skein of yarn that you just have wanted so badly, and if you have the money, buy it, because you know what, tomorrow's not promised us. If it's not putting you in a financial bind, and you just, the only thing keeping you back is guilt of doing something nice for yourself, do it. Believe me, the best thing I ever did for myself is start liking myself. Can't say I'm taking care of myself in the best way. I really need to start walking in the evenings when the sun's going down, because I gained too much weight. That part I need. A walk is self-care. Um, date that guy that is super sweet but is not your type, because he could end up being the love of your life. LJ was not my type in any type of way. Believe me. He was sweet. I thought, oh, what a sweet little dude. He's cute. He became my very best friend, and I fell in love with him. Yeah. Um, if you like to clean, deep clean a room. Because some people, the satisfaction of that just makes them happy. I just wish I could get the room clean. It's not so much how much happy it makes me, it's we need to reorganize my bedroom. And I am procrastinating, y'all. Last night, I let myself stay up because I wasn't tired. And I stayed up and I crocheted, which, by the way, after this video will be a mood project update. And then sometime this week, there'll be a FOs and whips video, because I haven't done one of those in a long time, and I do have some. And yeah, but self-care is so very important. Um, now that COVID, now that hopefully things are settling down and lockdowns are being lifted and people are getting their vaccine, once you've had your vaccine, go spend some good time with a friend, or go just to a coffee shop and drink a cup of coffee and people watch. I kind of like doing that, except for usually I get stared at like I'm a weirdo, but I still enjoy it. Like, spend time with family when everybody's vaccinated and it's safe. Go, people that haven't seen your family, go see your family. That's self-care. And that's also helping others if they feel alone. Start a YouTube channel. That can be self-care. Don't expect, go into it doing it for you, And for whatever you're trying to get across to people, don't get lost in the whole how many subscribers I have or whatever. No, I'm happy that for the people that watch me, because you guys make me feel good that you want to listen to me. And I feel like maybe I'm helping somebody, and that always makes me feel good. Um, Reorganize something. If something, like, I don't know about you guys, but if something is not organized in a certain way that I can find things easily, it's very frustrating for me and causes anxiety. So therefore, you organize your yarn or what crafts, records, whatever it is, in the way that makes it easy for you to find what you want, which it when you want it. You know what? That's self-care, because that's cutting anxiety out a little bit. Eat a good breakfast. Every morning you should eat something. It wakes up your brain, and it also is better for your body to eat breakfast and get something in your body for energy. A lot of people don't eat breakfast and then can't understand why they have no energy all day. I have no energy regardless if I eat or not, but I did used to starve myself. And I realized that I was killing myself, because then I'd go work at a nursing home. And by the time I got home, my poor daughter wanted my attention. And I was so exhausted, which working is strenuous and it's tiring. But I would have had a lot more energy if I would have put fuel in my body to burn. Eat healthy. Every once in a while, splurge and have that ding dong or Hershey with almonds. We're not all living forever. Unless you're diabetic, and then don't eat that. That's not self care. But yeah, take your meds like you're supposed to. I don't know why I did this one, except for I thought maybe somebody needed to be reminded that they needed to take their meds. I do good now, but for the longest I had to be reminded. Drink your water, take your meds. Think of yourself as a house plant. You need sunlight, which you don't have to be out in the sun. I open my curtains for my plants, and it also helps me. You need sunlight, water, food. That'd be your fertilizer. I don't know what your medications would be. Maybe that's like pest, the stuff that gets rid of pests for plants. But treat yourself like your house plants if you have house plants. Pamper yourself. Do nice things. I talk to my plants, cut their dead leaves off. Don't cut anything off yourself. Or unless it's your hair and you just really want to cut it yourself. Okay, well, I feel like I've rambled way too much in this video, so I hope it makes sense to somebody. But just, I'm asking all of you, everyone who's watching me, do one really nice thing for yourself this week, and then comment below and tell me either what you plan on doing for yourself or what you did for yourself and how it made you feel. How's that? Bye, y'all. I'll be back in a little bit.